Oh, okay. Oh, well.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Test,
Great.
Test, 1,
Yep.
2.
All good.
All right, wonderful. All right, guys, welcome back to SpeedGaming Live 2019. My name is Herfy Durfy, and I'm here with my wonderful friend Epipoliticus. How are you doing, Epi?
Pretty good. Excited for this match. We got SirLinkalot and Daaanty. We'll have to ask him later. Going for a tie for second place here. Or, well, I guess it's for the second place.
Yeah.
Yeah, rather. So right now, a lot on the line is going to matter in terms of that play-in race at the end of groups.
Absolutely.
The terms of which are still kind of in motion based on some things that have happened here at the event. But either way, a lot on the line here. A chance at the brackets and, of course, those awesome cash prizes.
Yeah, you certainly don't want to miss out on that. And these guys are putting everything on the line here, and we're good to go.
And off to the races, as it were, with that immediate divergence. And I guess sank the bigger play in terms of the money anyway.
Starting out with a big 300 here for SirLinkalot, while Daaanty is making his way over to
Oh,
Uncle,
that's a double pug love there.
Oh, yeah.
How about that?
Interesting choice.
Yeah.
Both guys playing with their pug sprites. Daaanty going to be checking out that tree pole here, right, in the Hyrule Castle courtyard. Going to go down to Uncle afterwards.
A little bit of magic.
Yeah, doesn't hurt, doesn't hurt.
Yeah, not bad, especially with a bit more here in the Uncle spot.
Mm-hmm.
And Linkalot going to catch that same reward off of that tree.
Yeah, going to grab the same little bit of magic there. Let's see. Uncle has some bombs for us. That
Works
seems
out.
kind of dangerous.
Dang, and more rupees off the hoarder here.
All
Just
right.
outside of Lumberjack. He is going to make the check.
All right.
And what do we got?
Oh, that,
Bottle?
Yep, that looks like an
Ooh.
empty bottle.
The very low probability that that's required, but technically a chance, I think.
Yeah, I think it could be. I
It
mean,
would just mean something important on Sick Kid, but and then just the craziest placement for the other three.
we will have to see if that comes into place. I'd be surprised if we see that item again,
Yeah.
especially the Lumberjack item. We're probably going to see some other bottles, I'd hope at least.
Yeah, hopefully.
And more money. We
Yeah.
got our first map check here from Daaanty. I caught a crystal at Desert, but it didn't catch the other ones.
6 crystal in Eastern and a pendant at Harem, pretty
All right,
sure.
Nice.
Yeah, and our tracker withheld following up on that.
Shout outs to our tracker. And
Dang, it's so much money to start this thing.
SirLinkalot just grabbing all the money in the seat right from the start, it looks like.
Yeah. And I don't think Dan went to Lumberjack then. So going to be delayed information, but probably fine without the boots. And, of course, we know the bottles there, so likely not anything important.
Yeah, likely not a big deal. All right. Daaanty picking up his 300 from the Thieves' Hideout here in the woods, while SirLinkalot is making his way into Kakariko. We got quite a bunch of items here. We still haven't found any bombs, surprisingly. At least, wait. Oh yeah, never mind.
Yeah, 3-pack for Danny off of Uncle, but that's going to be the one thing that Link is missing as he goes down here to Blind. Plenty of money to go buy him and might even get lucky here.
More money and a piece of heart.
Yeah. More money and piece of heart. More money.
More money. All right, we're going to have to come back for the back of Blind's hunt here. Daaanty is going to show us in a second what we're missing out on SirLinkalot's side. Hopefully he doesn't forget it. I'm pretty sure he has it noted down as a spot that he kind of orphaned.
Yeah, he's probably going to head down now. Yeah, plenty of cash to check bottle vendor who gives him a rebate.
Okay, we're going to check the back of the tavern and then probably walk over.
Money.
Of course, more money. We did get another piece of heart from the back of the tavern. And now we're walking in the shop for SirLinkalot buying his bombs finally, so he can check out the rest here. Both of these guys really rich already.
Yeah, just the double 300 in the opening sequence really helps out. So there's bombs in the well, a slight bailout. Be a tiny frustration, but not too bad considering all the money that Link had.
SirLinkalot doing the honorable thing here in the chicken hut, freeing the chicken from under the pot.
What a good guy. And getting that mushroom out of the side of the shed, so.
Yeah, we also saw a bottle with a bee in it, so that Lumberjack item is out of the question.
Yep. So that's in the well.
Oop. All right, SirLinkalot cleaning up his well as well, while well, Daaanty also frees the chicken. These guys are so good.
Yeah. Chicken chivalry is not dead. Yeah, I wonder when we'll get up to turn into that mushroom. You figure pretty early you might get at it, but who knows?
Yeah, we'll see.
And it was a double helping of bombs out of the well.
Oh, wow.
Dang.
Well,
it's not like you're going to get there first on the way in from the north, though.
Exactly. You probably don't want to take that risk just so you don't have to go back if you do. Jeez, even more bombs from the sick kid. I feel like he shouldn't have those in the bed with him for some reason. But
that seems a bit troublesome, but I guess he heard that they had enough rupees.
All right, so Daaanty is pretty much done with his Village of Outcasts. He's going to go down, check out what's on the library most likely, and then go over to the race game. We'll have to see if he just blind YOLOs it or if he checks the item first to see if it's worth his time.
Yeah, I know some runners will kind of just evaluate what they have so far, and when they decide. Plenty of bombs is one thing, and not too many other like weapon options is another, so it looks like he'll go in blind.
Yep.
And it was just a red rupee on library, it looked like.
Yeah, nothing too special.
Yeah. I guess if you really found yourself short for something on the way back to the village, but yeah.
All right, here we go. Picking up all those bushes. Oh, ooh. That was definitely a good decision.
Yeah.
You can have this trash. I don't think he's going to agree with it being trash, but we'll take it anyways. So there's our glove. And now we're probably going to see the South Shore. Oh, never mind.
Right, once you get the back of the escape.
I think that's a pretty fair play there.
Yeah, at the very least, you do it now before you forget. It'd be real easy to go, oh, wait, right, all of escape now that I found lamp or decided to go into the dark. But
all right, SirLinkalot also on his way to pick up his gloves while Daaanty is dropping down here. Gonna toss a bomb over there. And 3 more chest locations for him to check. Let's see.
Bow.
All right, our first progressive bow, a small key, and some more bombs just in case we needed them.
Yeah, works for me.
Daaanty deciding he doesn't want to have anything to do with the dark sewers, so he's dipping out. He did get the key, but without the lamp, it can be quite annoying going through the back of the sewers.
Now going for south, as you had called it earlier. And then I think the dark room they're more likely to do for now. Oh, and the fake flipper for the mushroom. I've been seeing this a lot with these early mushrooms in the seeds.
Yeah, I think this is, not really a place you see fake flippers too much. I feel like Flute Spot 8 is usually, the fake flipper spot that you see if anyone pulls out the fake flippers. But with the early mushrooms, this is a good choice. You just want to get it out of the way. Don't constantly want to have it on the back of your mind. And it might turn out to be something really good. It's probably just going to be 20 rupees or something.
Right. And speaking of that, SirLinkalot taking his first start from the house, heading over to the eastern area now, while Daaanty picks up ether off that mushroom turn-in.
All right.
It's not likely Link will forget that check, and probably a while before it's useful, so pretty much going to be even there.
All right, now we're going to the South Shore while SirLinkalot has decided he's going to check out what our good old friend Sahasrara has in the back of his closet. Let's see what we got, cowboy. Green Pendant Turtle Rock, okay.
Right. So, Ice Rod soon. Another beat a bottle and bombs.
Weird.
Yeah. And I guess just arrows so far for Link out of the chest there. Or for Daaanty, rather.
All right, gonna pull that lever and go out and see what we flushed out of the dam. And it is a soggy boomerang.
We'll leave it.
How can you not pick up the blue boomerang? It's the best boomerang.
He's probably waiting for a hook shot.
I'm gonna have to have a talk with Daaanty after this.
Well, you're in luck. They usually come over for interviews.
Oh, very true. Yeah. You write that down somewhere. All right, and we're dipping into our first crystal dungeon here on SirLinkalot side. Just going into Eastern Palace. We know it's a 5/6 crystal. We can technically finish it if we're cool with dark rooms, but it's definitely not illogic. We don't have a fire rod or a lamp. Ooh. That's a fancy item there.
Yeah, hammer coming out of the mini Moldorm cave along with the Moon Pearl. That's Dark World access.
That is
835 or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Immediate Dark World access for Daaanty. So
And Linkalot, just the big key out of Eastern so far, so all the hopefully good stuff still waiting.
So I feel like this early on Dark World access can be a curse or a blessing.
Yeah, it'll remain to be seen.
We see that, excuse me, we see that Daaanty is not hesitating at all. He really wants to check that hype cave right away.
Oh yeah, it's basically 5 free items off the save and quit to link, so, you know, basically repeat mini Moldorm cave, maybe.
Maybe.
There's another glove to get. Oh, and a real, map check. 5 crystal at Skull Woods. I saw Crystal Swamp, and I think Pendant Mire, but
yeah, I think it was
hopefully
Pendant
our tracker
Mire.
got a better look.
All right, bombing up that hype cave, and here we go. Let's see if it is actually a hype cave. So far, we get some bombs back since we need some in there. That's fair.
And just dungeon items so far for
okay.
Yeah, how about this cave?
All right, all right.
That's mirror and hookshot.
Mirror and hookshot, I'll take.
Yeah.
All right, off we go. I'm assuming he's going to make his way up to the pyramid now that he has the hammer in hand, but it looks like he's actually walking left, so I'm immediately proven wrong.
Ain't that the way?
Yeah,
But
sure
Cane of
is.
Burna then out of Eastern for Link, but certainly not quite as powerful in terms of the sequence as Mirror and Hook. But yeah, it looks like we'll get the Stumpy, probably the South of Grove Cave, and the whole way up back to the village while, well, you can kind of see what's going on for Link.
All right, we got some flippers from Stumpy, so,
Wow.
you know, with Swamp Palace being our other 5/6 crystal, that's a good find.
Yeah. You talked about the blessing or the curse, and it seems today Daaanty is blessed with that Dark World access.
Making all the right routing decisions as well. There were so many possibilities for him to go to the Dark World. He could have decided to start with Village of Outcasts or something like that, but instead he went right for that warp by Link's house, and here we are.
Yeah. Just a big 20 out of the big key chest here in Eastern, so...
Also worth noting, SirLinkalot's still on 3 hearts, while Daaanty's already got 5, which, especially in the Dark World this early, is something you'll want to have.
Yeah, it's definitely significant here. Heck, even those Ropas, what, 2 hearts apiece, I think, on Green Mill?
Yeah,
so.
pretty much everything does at least 2 hearts of damage in the Dark World, so if you're down, if you only have 3 hearts, it can be a little dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
There goes the red cane off digging game, wow.
Man, I think we're going to be out of here in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, how about it? But Linkalot attempting the dark room in the back, decides to double back for a fairy, and, you know, that's a fair play. As we mentioned, 3 hearts, no fire rod, no lamp.
Yeah.
Gonna need to feel your way around in there a bit.
Especially this room can be quite annoying. You need to kill one of those Igor statue thingies for the small key, which SirLinkalot just did perfectly. Very nicely. Didn't even lose a single heart.
Yeah.
Now all he has to do is find the door, which he just did, and off we go out of the dark.
Excellent.
Very nicely done.
So we'll see, I mean, Crystal Eastern and Red Crystal Eastern at that. Going to be worth doing. We'll see if out of sequence becomes valuable. I'm trying to think any particular item where that would really pay off.
Yeah, I'm wondering about it.
I mean, honestly, with everything that Daaanty has ended up finding now in the Dark World, it's been
yeah, there's not that much left. I mean, the rods, I guess.
Yeah.
At least the fire rod. We probably won't be needing the ice rod. At least I'm hoping for these guys that we won't be needing the ice rod.
Right. Pendant Trinex really isn't fun for anybody. It'd be, I guess, maybe a little bit more fun for the crowd if it ended up being a pedestal required. But
Yeah.
even then, I guess it's probably a little early to call in terms of what items could be left.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, time for SirLinkalot to kill the Armos Knights. Stocked up on some arrows, so it's looking fine so far. Kind of misses the quick a little bit, not a big deal.
Blue Mail.
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, so a lot of defense out of this dungeon here with the Cane of Burna and Blue Mail.
You know, Daaanty has made his way over to Village of Outcasts. Hasn't really gotten anything out of chess game, and is deciding to open up TT. Probably wants to check that out after he's checked everything else that can be checked outside of TT and Village of Outcasts. Let's see what we got here. More arrows. Alright, now SirLinkalot is making his way down to the south shore finally, so he'll be grabbing his Dark World access and then probably gonna follow in Daanty's footsteps, I would imagine.
Yeah, when you get the mirror that early, or well, when you get that Dark World access early, you go to Hype Cave. You end up with the mirror out of Hype Cave. Well, then you're gonna want to go over to Cave 45. So I think it's gonna be pretty much the same, yeah.
All right, Daaanty, let's see what Thieves Town holds for us. So far, a small key. SirLinkalot also refusing the boomerang so far. He's got another chance once he goes out again. Let's see if I'm gonna have to sit him down as well. No, all right. Applause, applause.
Somebody respects that boom.
Yes, very good. You are allowed to be my friend after this.
Oh man. Remind me not to
play
tell you
of the
something
game,
later.
says the crowd. All right, Daaanty trying to open this chest as a bunny. Grab the big key. All right, Daaanty trying to open this chest as a bunny. Grab the big key.
Both of our players getting along pretty well with the bombs in this mini Moldorm. Daaanty
Yeah.
made fine work of it earlier.
Doing a great job.
Yeah, I mean, heck, the seed had him stocked anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, big hammer, and then
And the Moon Pearl. I wonder what's going through SirLinkalot's head right now. Is he thinking, hey, that's really good stuff that I just found? Or is he thinking, oh man, I bet Daaanty was here like 10 minutes ago?
Yeah, we'll have to see. I think, you know, feels okay about getting the crystal at least, but we'll see. We'll see kind of what happens with it.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna go all the way out to the Ice Rock Cave now, if he can help it.
Ooh, Daaanty needs to be careful. He's down to 1 heart now, and he's going to turn into what we like to call the Hellway here in just a second.
Oh yeah, and he's pretty much got no room for error, especially with just that green mail.
Mm-hmm. Doing good so far.
Yep, rolling the dice, winning the game.
Oh, that anti-fairy. Ah, that's a bummer. He's having a good laugh about it, though.
Yeah, I mean, certainly a good attempt and making nice use of the hook shot there, getting stuck to the statues to pull himself along. As there goes, I guess that's probably the last 300.
I think that should be the last 300. Yeah, I think we've got all the money that we could possibly need.
Yeah.
We barely broke the 4 digits over on SirLinkalot side. 1001. Isn't that kind of like a 1001 nights kind of thing?
Oh, yeah.
All right, Daaanty on his second try through Thieves Town, currently on 3 hearts, a little better than he was before. Decides to just stun people with his hook shot.
Yeah, we're getting that fake flipper action from SirLinkalot. Pretty easy minor glitch to get accomplished. He's got the Moon Pearl now. Probably going to head over to the Waterfall Wishing in the Zora area, given all the money.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he will. He checked out the Lake Hylia Island. I think it was a heart container.
I believe so.
Which, you know, at this point he might want to grab, but he's going to check the hobo first, and then, as you were saying, probably going to fake flipper right back to Zora. All right,
and bombs.
Just some bombs on the hobo.
Yeah, lines this up. It's kind of a goofy one to have to jump back in on. And the positioning belies the distance you can jump. If you get closer, you actually jump shorter.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting setup there. All right, Daaanty bombed open that little hole here in Thieves Town, getting ready for the blind fight. Now he has to walk all the way back to the basement, open a couple more chests, and then escort the maiden up into the light.
Indeed. And she will turn out to be not quite what she seems.
Yeah. Story of my life.
All right, Waterfall of Wishing will reveal its secrets in just a bit.
All right,
Waterfall of Wishing will reveal its
All right, let's see what we got here. A piece of heart and the
Bombos.
Bombos medallion. So that's a second medallion in our seed.
So those flippers were pretty early altogether. So this is basically in logic given the information we have.
Yeah, I would assume so.
But I guess it remains to be seen if that's required at all and how far Daaanty's willing to go to get it in terms of other checks.
Yeah, absolutely. It's also interesting to note that both Misery Mire and Turtle Rock are pendant dungeons, so we might, well, at least the players are probably hoping that they won't ever have to use any of these medallions.
Oh, and book out of Thieves Town now.
Book out of Thieves Town. All right, let's see. Zora is, well, that's a little bit of a scam.
Yeah, just a cash rebate for you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a little bit of a...
Yeah, possibility of needing Bombos for Ice Palace, but they're certainly hoping for that Fire Rod sooner.
Absolutely, yeah, especially with the advanced logic or advanced item placement where the dark rooms with torches in them are required by logic. Alright, and here we go for the blind fight with Daaanty. Gonna hammer blind in the face.
Yeah, no swords yet. I mean, I guess Kane's an option, but a bit more of a silly one.
Yeah, I agree. I personally feel more confident with Kane, but I'm also bad at this game, so... Oh, well, speaking of, gonna put down a block, and hopefully don't have it eaten up immediately. Oh, well, we
I did get a hit.
Oh, boy, we're down to 1 heart. Oh, we're pulse buffering this.
B-strats.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Both the head and
nice
the
turn,
fireball.
nice turn.
Very nicely done.
Meanwhile, a little bit of relief health-wise coming for Link as he's found his way to...
Oh, God.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, boy, Daaanty. Oh, man.
Oh, looks like it was eaten up.
Oh, I'm clenching so hard. Oh, man.
Oh, looks like it was eaten up.
Oh, that was...
Getting the frame-by-frame analysis on that one.
Yeah, for sure. That was
So
just
close.
a bummer.
He's going to come back for it later. It has been a tough seed in terms of health.
That was just a bummer.
He's going to come back for it later. It has been a tough seed in terms of health.
Yeah, maybe. People asking for replays here.
Yeah.
As if the frame by frame wasn't enough. Poor guy suffered enough already.
Yeah, we'll get the edited version later when he comes back with the gear.
All right, and SirLinkalot picking up his flippers.
And using the hook for a little bit of invincibility to get through some very aggressive moblin guards.
Mm-hmm.
Got to watch out for Ropas. He's got a hit and some change available in the health bar.
Yeah, needs to be a little careful. But once you're in the dungeon, it's not so bad anymore since you don't get warped all over the place. You just start back where you entered.
And it's in Skull.
Turns out to be the right decision. I was going to say something about dipping into Skull Woods without a fire rod, but, you know, prove me wrong before I can even say anything.
Well, at least this front bit can practically be overworld, although with the recent logic changes, that becomes less and less true.
Mm-hmm. SirLinkalot about to dig up his dirty cane. Right, there we go. Cane of Samaria found for him as well. Looks like Daaanty is making his way straight down to the little blacksmith, frog, and wants to finish up all that sequence. You know, not a bad idea since he just found the myth, so he can easily lift those skulls up.
Yeah, he's got mitts, mirror, hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Can get a couple of things handled down here now.
Would probably like some boots just for the sweet item dashing and the general movement, but...
Yeah, but
you know.
he's also going to need a sword for that one. It'd be a
yeah, very
shame,
true.
Which that's been lacking, but maybe we'll get a sort of vanilla sword off of the smiths.
Oh, that would be funny. All right, hammer pegs are being opened. Let's see what they got for us. The frog is just staring wide-eyed at this madman hammering everything in sight. Oh, it's just a piece of heart.
Oh, man. And Linkalot going into Swamp, definitely going to be the option here. He has the gear.
Yeah, he does. I personally wouldn't want to do an Argus hammer fight, but, you know.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe thinking of his play earlier in the Eastern, this will net him 2 red crystals.
Very true.
And, boy, if there's something on Pyramid Fairy and Daaanty doesn't get there a while, that could end up being a huge difference maker.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. We're starting out in Swamp Palace. The first chest is always going to have a key, or we have a problem, or we're in the wrong mode.
I was going to say, otherwise it's key sanity then. And we're safe.
Right, Daaanty, you walk in the purple chest all the way around. Probably wants to check out the graveyard ledge on his way.
Yeah, a good thing to do. An easy spot to sort of orphan, depending on the way the rest of the seed goes. But with Mirror and Myths, he'll be able to route it in pretty nicely.
Yeah.
With King's Tomb.
Also going to take a quick look at what we have on Bumper Cave, which is just another red rupee. I think we're definitely good on money in this seed.
Yeah. And using that hookshot to pull himself through those spears. making a lot of good use of that.
Yep, absolutely. If you don't have boots, the hookshot is probably the second fastest way to get around the overworld if you manage to find places to hook onto. Alright, here we go. First check, graveyard ledge.
Speaking of hookshot movement. Snapping along. And the piece of heart, he'll grab it.
Yep. Might as well, since you've done all the work of picking up all those pots and bumping open the place.
Yeah, and probably thinking a little bit about the troubles with blind earlier. Still without the sword. Maybe we'll be forced into that fight. Maybe there's a sword there.
Alright, what are we doing? We're hopping down into the water, taking the chest for a swim. Are we gonna check out the catfish?
Looks like it. Meanwhile, SirLinkalot going straight into the back of swamp. Gonna hope it's just dungeon items on the left side there.
We'll have to see. I know he found $50 earlier. I didn't quite catch if he found anything else. Did he do the little south loop with the one chest?
I think he did, but I ended up missing quite what was there.
Oh, okay.
Imagine hasn't found too many dungeon items yet. At least not the big key. Here's arrows. And that big key. And he's going to wait for it.
Yep.
And it was just money off a catfish, but go figure.
Daaanty getting his waterfall fairy check-in. There's a compass. It's not looking great here. We might have to go back for left side and Swamp Palace.
Yeah, and now you get the big key. I guess it's the 3 items, so you can kind of say it's like a bummer to have to double dip it, but not as bad if you might get paid out a little more likely. So, you know, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to see what Argus has for us, and we're going to have to be prepared for a little bit of a menu fight here.
Yeah, with no sword, his, I think, only option really on the puffs is going to be that hammer, huh?
I think so. You might be able to shoot them with a bow.
Yeah, I forget. I want to say they're resistant.
Probably.
Yeah, but
and here we go.
Finding himself in a good rhythm. It's a pretty decent menu for this, but definitely just that one route really preferable, I think. I guess he could wrap to Burna, but yeah.
Menu up, menu down.
Too many inputs.
Alright, we're slowly but surely getting that. Daaanty is grabbing his fire out from the Zora ledge.
Yeah, actually I missed what Zora had.
We saw that earlier from SirLinkalot, didn't we?
Yeah.
He got $100 from it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not sure if SirLinkalot saw that there was a fire out on the ledge, though, to be honest. At least I didn't catch it, but it looks like the stream might be corrupted a little bit on the right side.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to bet he saw it based on where his crystal readout is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Second phase of the Argus fight, getting some hammering in.
But yeah, that'll make that Bombos mostly, well, hopefully unimportant since fire rod available well before, well, about the same time as the Dip Dice Palace.
Yeah. All right, and Argus has a piece of heart for us, so it's an item, but not really what we're looking for. All right, purple chest is gonna give us
piece of heart.
A piece of heart. All the pieces of heart.
Yeah, you gotta catch their health up with that early Dark World access.
True.
Yeah, you gotta catch their health up with that early Dark World access.
True.
And now back into Swamp Palace is SirLinkalot, and you can't blame him, as we said earlier. Just a few too many checks to ignore left in here.
And it looks like Daaanty is hot on his heels, having the same idea now that, well, you know, we've got all the items that we need to get through here. Hammer Argus fight, not the most preferable, but still better than nothing.
Yeah.
We'll have to see if he goes straight to the back as well, or if he decides to just full clear it. That blue boomerang in the water hurts my heart, man.
Oh, and Well, I guess he's going to go for these two because he's going to end up back here anyway, and if the map is in the big chest, he'll be able to skip it. Yeah.
All right, Daaanty, did you just spear a fairy?
But yeah, with the dip back in, of course, having to go just a little more slowly with the key and all that. And we'll see. I guess it's ostensibly a bit of time made up here if Daaanty just goes full left.
Yeah, it's gonna make up a little bit of time, maybe make some catch up a little bit on SirLinkalot.
Yeah. And that's to say nothing of the other items that Daaanty has already gathered.
Very true.
Yeah. Oh, so grabs the big chest on the way there. That makes sense. And it looks like the map will be one of the far west ones.
I've also noticed that apparently we were looking wrong earlier because the second red crystal is Skull Woods and not Swamp Palace, so that leaves Daaanty in a little bit better of a position since he's already got his fire out, but doesn't mean that SirLinkalot isn't going to pick his up soon.
Indeed.
All right, let's see. Is it the map chest or is it something that we actually want?
Yeah, it's the map. But at least with the hook, you're not making the trip back up.
Yeah, exactly. Keeps it exciting for this last chest, which is going to be something, that nobody cares about. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Looks like Daaanty doing the exact same thing, though. He is going straight to the back. People really don't like left side swamp, I have a feeling.
Yeah, it's not terribly popular.
Yeah, I wonder why. What did the left side ever do to you?
40 rupees and nothing else.
Right, here we go. SirLinkalot swimming in Lake Hylia. Is he just walking back, or does he want that heart container on the island that he saw earlier?
I think he wants the heart.
Yep, looks like
got
it.
that mirror out going for it. Can't blame him again. That
Absolutely
early Dark World access, super nice, but if you, even with the blue mail, you can take a lot of damage if you're not careful.
Definitely better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah, and for the, 10 seconds or so of screen transitions.
Exactly. And as we can
not
see,
really. There's other things that'll lose you a race anyway.
Exactly.
So they don't want to lose it to like a death.
And as we can see, it's just a quick hop over to pyramid or pod area, which he's skipping for now. Totally fair. We're gonna probably check out what's on pyramid, and then he might make his way over to Zora as well. Excuse me, Catfish.
Yeah,
that's
but
the
with
one
the
in the
mirror,
Dark World.
Be able to get into the Zora ledge as well. Get that fire out of his.
Right.
See, smarter than you thought.
Oh, thank you. Covering up for my mistakes.
Yeah, gonna traverse around this ropa. Meanwhile, the menu boss fight. There was another 300. I think, there's 5, aren't there?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. But menu boss underway for Daaanty.
Oh, we're warping back to the castle.
Gonna go to Uncle.
Yep, haven't checked Uncle yet on SirLinkalot side. That's fair. Oh, Daanty's menu being a little bit more complicated than what we saw on SirLinkalot side.
That's why you pick up that boomerang.
Exactly, see? Oh, man, I knew it right from the start. That blue boomerang is going to save him. Exactly, see? Oh, man, I knew it right from the start. That blue boomerang.
See? Smarter than you thought.
Oh, yeah, I can't even argue that one. Never, don't treat the blue boomerang badly. It's going to come back to bite you.
Yeah, but this is absolutely a scenario for the school of thought that menuing is certainly a speedrunning skill. Because, look at this.
Yeah, it's just, even watching it is making me mad. I can't even imagine how he's feeling.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, he's getting into various different rhythms, but getting there at relatively good speed.
Yeah, it's working out.
Yeah, there's plenty of strange logic with the Link to the Past menu, too, where you'll often put some inputs in and realize after you send the menu away, there was like a 2-tap instead of the 5-tap I did because of the way it wraps and all that.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Gonna pull out his fire out and hopefully get some good shots in.
You see him charging the sword. He doesn't have, just to make sure he keeps the facing.
Oh, very nice. 3 shots in there.
Yeah, that was pretty good. And there's that
the
fourth.
Last one.
Yeah, just rupees out of that first chest, it sounded like.
All right, Daaanty grabbing his first crystal right here in Swamp Palace.
Yeah, that's going to get him on the board, and just that early Eastern play now separating the two in terms of that. And then in terms of the items, I guess really it's the trip to Thieves that Daaanty unfortunately wasn't able to quite complete earlier.
Yeah.
He is going to go back in the swamp now, though. He's going to get his $40 in a map.
$40 in a map. Sounds like a bad movie. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe Eastern is in Logic now, since the dark room there in the back has a torch in it, right?
Yeah, I think so. And the big key was early, so at the very least, Armos is definitely in Logic. I guess technically, because of no torch, the rest of the dark room stretch wasn't.
Yeah.
But oh, was it the book out of that chest? Because I mean, I don't think it would come in a terribly strange effect. I'm sure Daaanty will go for it. Or no, the book wasn't there because Daaanty has it.
Yeah, exactly. The book was in Thieves' Den, I want to say.
I'm mixing up. I guess it was the blue mail might have been back there. Yeah, so far, nothing too great out of Escape. Seemed like mostly rupees, I think.
All right, looks like SirLinkalot is diving into the sewers. Going to be finishing up the rest of the escape sequence. Just wants to check out what Dark Cross has to hold for us. Don't want to orphan that. I think that location has hurt many a runners in the past.
Yeah, especially in those seeds where, you know, and hopefully this isn't the sort. Like if Quake was here and then needed for a pendant dip, then yeah, it might be a while. All right, taking a little bit of damage on the way in. Gonna have to be careful now.
Oh, we're down to one hard.
Found stairs.
Yeah, that's a good start.
Yeah, and he's just
half
a
down
heart.
to half a hard.
That's the chest.
That's
Can you get back to it? Boots. Oh, that's a good
boy.
dip.
That's really good. All right, well, someone's going to have to go back for these, I'm assuming. We don't know if they're actually required for anything other than making the game actually fun to play.
Yeah, fun percent begins now.
Oh, interesting strategy from Daaanty there. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that.
Oh, hooked himself through.
Yeah, he hooked himself through the first block and then pushed the second one out of the way.
Nice.
Oh, that heartbeat.
Yeah.
Good boy.
I'll tell you, I mean, clutch being able to pull that out too.
I think that's the
Now that I think about it, I was wondering about the play into Escape. That's actually pretty smart with the mirror and everything coming up here.
Yeah, I agree. That was really nice routing.
Yeah, it took me a minute to realize just what was going on there.
And then, as you were saying, he can mirror right back to the Zoral edge and grab his fire out.
Yeah, that's some A+ mirror use.
Yeah, that was a really good round of, you know, item checks that he got done there. I think that is the normal speed heartbeat, which nobody ever uses usually.
Yeah.
So it sounds like it's 2 times speed.
Right. And there begins again.
Bugs. Yep. And now we're back.
Ooh, and the ice rod is on Bombo's tablet. Quick check there.
That's good to know, or maybe not that good to know, since we really don't want to go into Turtle Rock. But you know,
I'll tell you what. You almost hope you don't find Master Sword for a while. Yeah. Now Linkalot gonna be on the way back up for.
Sir Daaanty destroying another poor old man's house. Or living area, I should say. I wouldn't really call this a house, I guess.
Yeah.
He's got like a cave with 3 pillars and 2 torches. Who can live in that?
I think I've seen that on Zillow or something. It was a fixer-upper.
All right, we're going over to check out what's on Desert Ledge, and then we're probably going right into Desert with that book in hand.
Yeah, and Heart there. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he takes the time to walk down for it. It's still sitting at, what's that, 6?
That's right. All right, guys, this is your only chance to see a praying pug. He just tilted his head a little bit and was like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah. He believes in dog.
Okay, we're getting our first boots check from SirLinkalot. Only 10 arrows here in the Bonk Rocks. Okay, we're getting our first boots check from SirLinkalot. Only 10 arrows here in the Bonk Rocks.
All right, another heart to start, Desert Palace, and it looks like with the kit we've drained the magic meter. We've got cane, we've got mushroom. We're going to visit the bat without the powder.
Yeah, not a bad idea. It's been a while since I've seen fake powder, but, you know, you can check it out. It's right here for him. Got all the equipment that he needs.
Yeah. Daaanty with the save quit out of desert. I can only assume it was boots lock, but I have to admit I was mesmerized with the fire rod shots over here.
Same. Looks like Daaanty is heading to Eastern now, so that's going to be a good play for him. Catching up on those crystals.
And a lamp at bat.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Okay, that's go mode for Herfy Durfy. Not on purpose. It's not swordless on purpose. It's just swordless because the seed is being a bit of a meanie.
Yeah.
Swordless on purpose. It's just swordless because the seed is being
Oh, it looks like actually, we'll get the bit of a mirror action from Daaanty now. He's going to get over to Pod, then maybe into Eastern first, just because it is completable. Actually, I guess Pod is too.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
I just always think of the sword for the extra reach on Helma.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I just always think of the sword for the extra reach.
All right, we're making our way up here to Kiki, the extortionist monkey.
And plenty of rupees to be had still, so he can even retry it a few times if he wants.
If he has to. I'm sure he doesn't want to.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Oh, SirLinkalot trying to toss a bush at the bee and hits it. Nice. What a sniper aim. 360 no scope with that bush.
All right, in the back of the hospital now for Daaanty at 40 minutes. A sight to see. Another bottle, some bombs. And not much at the treasure game.
Yeah.
But we knew that, I think.
Yeah, I think Daaanty showed us that earlier. All right, stepping back into the portal, grabbing that monkey. And walking all the way over there. Hopefully not getting hit by any of the Ropas. Oh, we're just stunning them. That's probably the best idea.
Yeah.
We're stunning them maybe. Oh, no, we're just sneaking past. All right, 100 bucks out of the pocket. And the little monkey jumps up, pushes the button. And off we go into Palace of Darkness.
And meanwhile, SirLinkalot about to get into Thieves Town. We'll see if he's able to have better luck with blind. Early big key and pod. Weird.
Interesting. Yeah, you don't see that a lot. That also means it's technically bow locked.
Yeah.
Which is not a problem for these guys since they do have the bow, but still. Alright, Daaanty unfortunately has to wait for his bombs to explode. Could have just bonked those with the boots if he had them.
Yeah, and interesting to bring that up as SirLinkalot dashes through Thieves Town. That is the place where this will go a little bit more quickly for Linkalot.
Alright, first Mimic Room done for Daaanty. And we gotta get over those conveyor belts without being pushed into all the weird stuff that's in here.
Yeah, and another spot where boots would help. There's a little setup on the left side of the room. You wait just a touch, and then you're home free.
All right.
Oh, Barry just wants to give him a hug.
A blue rupee. I was seriously expecting a lot more keys in here. Oh, there we go.
There you go. Asking, you shall receive. But I guess that means, a bunch of them are going to be in the back, which is weird. Actually, no, because no items yet either. Well, we'll just have to see.
Oh, that was an interesting bounce.
Yeah, but...
Okay, looks like we're clearing out the front first. Daaanty gonna bomb up in the floor here and drop down. Doesn't want to orphan the vanilla big key chest. Oftentimes, really, just to trade a key for a key. You use a key here to unlock the door, walk upstairs, and get another key out of the chest, but it's still worth checking out.
Yeah, key for a key this time. And
More
another
keys.
key.
Yep.
There we go. Now we're living up to the rep. I was going to say, I don't know if it's that situation with that early big key there is one of the harder ones to read the logic there for, but there's definitely a couple of situations where you know for certain you're just going to make that trade.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
SirLinkalot waiting for that fairy to fly into him before he goes over there. I don't blame him.
Yeah, the Buzz hit 2 hearts on green, 1 heart on blue, and he just wants them all for that blind fight.
All right, here we go. Daaanty's setting up the hammer yump. Nope, never mind. Just tossing a bump over there. I don't blame him. I don't know how to do that stuff either.
Yeah, it's a very precise trick, and unless you're feeling pretty confident about it.
All right.
Hey, interesting to note, Fire Up puts this section of the dungeon in logic.
Got more money and yet another key. Daaanty, what are you doing? Don't leave chests behind.
I was going to say, this can't be another one, can it? Compass.
Bummer.
I almost wish it was a key.
Yeah. Right, going over to the dark maze. Gotta find the torch there.
And he waits. Gives that Zazak a whack. Now, into the dark.
Oh, Daaanty using the Samaria strats here to find his way around. Just grabbing the Samaria block, holding it over his head. Makes it pretty easy to see where everything is, especially where you are.
Right, because if the block's moving, you must be too.
But then he tossed it somewhere, so it kind of lost track a little bit. Let's see what we can do with the fire from the, what are they called? Kodongos?
Yeah, not Dodongos, but Kodongos for some reason.
Helping out a little bit as well, because if you can always tell if there's like a static sprite on the screen and it's moving, you know that you're moving. Okay, we got 10 arrows out of the chest here.
Yep, and Hammer Blind has begun for SirLinkalot. We'll see if he holds to the strat or takes up a different approach as he goes. And there's our sword out of pod.
Finally, our first sword in the pod big chest at like 46 minutes in. SirLinkalot seems to be having a little more luck with oh, never mind.
Had to say.
Commentator's curse.
Yeah. But he does have that cane of burnout from his Eastern Palace dip. You don't see that one on the tracker just because, well, yeah, it's just not on there. It might be under the cape in this particular variation. But either way, nails that crystal down.
All right, so having a little bit more luck than Daaanty did, but that's probably why Daaanty decided not to give it another try. He knew that it could only be the map, so he wasn't missing out on an item, just on a crystal that he'll need to get eventually anyways.
Indeed. Oh, and you know, it occurs to me, aren't laser skips out of the logic in advance now?
Or
in the logic, so the Burna now has no actual application. Yeah.
Except for Spy Cave, maybe?
Yeah, I guess technically, but even then there's several other avenues.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which I guess is also true of laser, but anywho.
That's
a third crystal for SirLinkalot as Daaanty waits for his chance to get one more himself from pod. He'll turn around and get another from Eastern shortly after.
Moving wall is probably the most annoying thing in this game.
Yeah.
Always having to stand around and wait forever.
Yeah, all 2 of them. Might not have to look at Misery Mire at all today, though, if they're lucky.
Yeah, that's definitely still what we're hoping for.
And if they're unlucky, they'll end up in Fish Room.
All right, nicely done by Daaanty, lighting up the turtle room.
Yeah, it definitely makes it quite a bit easier. Nice triple kill there, dang.
Yeah, beautifully done.
Gonna get the full magic. And, yeah, he could have the full health if he wanted to chase it down, but with just a half heart missing, probably not required on Helmasaur.
Yeah, probably. He does have a sword now, so it's going to make it a little bit easier as well if he wants to hold it out and to extend his reach with the hammer hitbox a little bit.
Yeah, but now he's going to just go right in. So far playing nice. Close quarters fireball's a little bit treacherous, but able to maintain a pretty decent positioning with the spread. And the mask comes off. He cancels the fireball. It's good timing. He's going to use that sword trick for the arrow aiming and just hammer away.
Yeah, I think he needs one more. There we go.
There we go.
Decides
Nice
to
with the
finish it up
spin,
with a
yeah.
spin.
Good fight.
Yeah, very nicely done. That is another crystal for Daaanty.
And bombs.
And more
This
bombs.
seed brought to you by bombs.
All right. He already pulled out the mirror before grabbing the crystal, so we are definitely going to see him mirror over to EP and finish up that as well.
Yeah, and there it is, that big key on the desert torch.
Mm-hmm. So that's still a thing, the boots in the dark sewers.
Yeah.
We're really going to have to see when Daaanty is going to decide to go back there.
Yeah, because that big key there, of course, makes the boots a required item. And so that's a required dip. The lantern came out a magic bat, but I think... And I was going to say, and I'm getting the confirmation from the crowd, that Fire Rod puts that into logic. So definitely available. Lantern just making it a touch easier.
All right, SirLinkalot clearing out the rest of desert.
Yeah, the heart container earlier, one more item to get. He hadn't gone back for the big chest, right?
I don't think so.
Nah, and I guess if he's going to run his whole way back, he might check it because he'll be pretty much right there.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes in a different sort of situation, you see them leave it and just go for land mo, hoping to skip it altogether.
All right, looks like he is dashing back and is probably going to check it out just to get it out of the way. Oh,
Yeah, all right.
just why did I even say anything? All right, both of our guys here making their way to their respective bosses. I'm curious to see if SirLinkalot is just going to check that out or actually pick it up. Yeah, he's picking it up. Good choice. And to the back we go. There's the Cane of Berna for Daaanty.
And seeing a little bit of that new prize pool logic in action here. You keep getting the 8 bomb drops from the popos.
Mm-hmm.
If the seed was any different, that might actually be a really welcome sight.
Yeah, that is very true. If we hadn't gotten like 1 million bombs already.
Yeah.
All right, we are waiting for another moving wall. While Daaanty is making his way over to the last chest in Eastern Palace.
Ah, the ruby there. Very nice one cycle from SirLink there. Getting exactly his magic meter empty.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't afford to miss a shot.
Nope,
And
and
doesn't.
thankfully you didn't. Alright, so we're at crystal number 4 here for SirLinkalot, while Daaanty is quickly on his way to crystal number 3.
Yeah, this is turning out to be a very tight race. Very exciting. Both of these runners actually approached us before the race just to make sure we knew the stakes. So I can tell they're both excited for the chance to get into that play-in and make it to brackets.
Yeah. This is going to decide who is unfortunately out of the groups or who's going to get the chance to play in that play-in race later on tonight here for a spot in the bracket. So it's definitely important. All right. SirLinkalot making his way over to the Dark World here, right near Swamp Palace, while Daaanty is having a bit of an easier time having a sword and the fire rod here. Didn't have to make his way through any dark rooms. Lit up a torch, made it a little easier to kill that Igor and grab the key. And now we're fighting Armos.
Yep, setting up the quick kill. Looks like he sunk a few in that one statue. And can he get it in time? He does.
Beautiful.
Very nice. Scores his blue mail and that 3rd crystal.
All right, so we see SirLinkalot now heading to Pod, which we just saw from Daaanty earlier. And I'm curious to see where Dante's going now. He might be thinking about that 5-6 crystal since he does have the fire rod. He already dipped Skullwoods earlier, but, you know, at some point.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, very nice. Skipping that portal by carrying something, in this case a bomb. I think a Somaria block would have worked as well.
I think so. Hey, he's heading back down to the number 5 portal.
Yeah, I'm a little confused about that.
Yeah, well, he's thinking of something we're not. Maybe Ice Palace?
I'm just wondering why skip the first? Why skip your own Dark World portal if you're going to use the one down there?
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure he has a plan.
Yeah.
All right, walking back out. I think he's going to check the pyramid.
Or yeah, I'd mixed up SirLinkalot's mirror routing.
Oh, well, maybe he's not checking the pyramid.
Oh, getting that hobo check in the triangle of rocks.
Mm-hmm. All right, we did see that the hobo really didn't have that much stuff to give us. A couple of bombs. Not sure what he's doing with those, but I mean, if the sick kid is giving us bombs, the hobo might as well give them to us as well. Alright, Daaanty is swimming back. I am wondering about that Ice Palace. Maybe he also just wants the heart container from the Lake Hylia Island, which it seems to be the case. I don't think he's checked it before, so he might just be wondering what's even on there in the first place.
Yeah, because now that I think about it, you can happen to get to Ice Palace this way anyway, but why would you have gone back to the Dark World for it anyway?
Mm-hmm.
But indeed, he's off to the palace. It was those 2 checks along the way that he was trying to integrate.
Alright, well, he does have a fire rod. He also has bomb bows in case he's a little short on magic later on in the cold stair fight. Does have a hook shot and a hammer, so I don't think anything's really going to be too locked up for him in here. Without boots, navigating these slippery floors, not as much fun, but, you know, nothing is fun without the boots.
Yeah, there's a particular staircase later in the dungeon that's going to possibly give him some trouble, but other than that, yeah, just a little slip slide.
These guys are incredibly allergic to the hookshot for some reason. I'm not sure why, but they don't like it.
Yeah. We get the spin off and just kind of walk it back through.
Yeah, nicely done. We see SirLinkalot having that lamp, giving him a light cone, makes everything a little bit easier. Doesn't have to pull out the fire rod and find the torches and everything.
And in a little bit of time, he's finally going to get that sword.
And Daaanty just rebounding the bomb off the backboard and then slamming it down. Alright, here we go. Ice Palace bomb jump coming up in just a second. We'll have to see. Sometimes people decide they don't want to bomb jump just because they want to full clear everything, but it looks like Daaanty...
Yeah, he's hit the switch, so...
definitely up for it. It's a little different to set it up with fighter sword compared to the other swords if you use the swords for a lineup, but Daaanty doing it no problem. First try. Flying right over there. Oh, no bomb strength. Boo.
Yeah. Yeah, usually a little more favorable with the boots from what I understand.
Mm-hmm. Okay, he decides to not even deal with that horrible staircase, instead drops down here.
Hey, smart play.
Yep. Gonna make his way over here first. Gonna shoot a hook shot at a bunch of these guys.
Yeah, you gotta clear the way. Guess you could call that a barricade.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Can't even be mad about that one.
And now, SirLinkalot heading into the back of the dungeon. Gonna face off with Helma. Having cleared out all the rest of what there is to do, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
As we start to get some more information about the contents of our Ice Palace. That crystal, obviously all important, but hopefully a couple of more helpful items.
Okay, a red mail. That's not bad.
Yeah. A welcome sight when you can't reject it, at least.
Mm-hmm. And a map. All right. And again, SirLinkalot with that lamp, just having a little bit of an easier and quicker time walking through all these rooms, not having to navigate in the dark or figure out where torches are and stuff like that.
Yeah. Definitely helps.
Fairies and full magic. Oh, these drop tables are pretty nice.
I was going to say, those turtles are pretty good. A shame they don't show up in, well, hopefully we won't even get a look at Turtle Rock, but, yeah.
All right, here comes the Helm sword fight for SirLinkalot.
He will opt for that sword facing.
Mm-hmm.
Does technically slow the fight down a little bit, but if you want to make sure you get in there and get the hits, then, you know, hitting is faster than missing at least.
You make a very good point.
Yeah, and it looked like another fireball cancels. That's pretty rad.
Yeah, that's cool. We saw 2 of those. Also,
Oh,
fire.
yeah, look. Oh, this one, this King Helmet's a little bit more tap dancey.
There we go. Once you get that mask off, he really starts moving around.
Yeah.
Alright, and Daaanty gets the big key in a very convenient spot here for Ice Palace. He's just going to hook straight through these blocks and grabs the small key. Yeah. Alright, that's crystal number 5 for SirLinkalot. We're getting closer and closer to the end here.
Yeah, moving right along.
I'm not even sure. Are they missing anything for go mode?
You know, now that you mention it, yeah, I guess it may have been a while now.
Yeah, we haven't talked about it
the sword.
at all.
We need one more sword.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Also,
all right, we didn't miss anything. We're professionals.
Oh, right, the mitts and skull woods, I guess, technically for
SirLinkalot? Yeah, that's true.
I guess that's where he must be on the way to, because he certainly can't go to Ice Palace.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Who knows? Maybe the sword's just sitting at the pyramid.
Oh, that would be fun. Did we see the pyramid earlier? It had another $300?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the pyramid fairy?
Yeah, because we'll have the 5-6 here.
Right.
Yeah. That'd be a nice, quick end to this. I guess nicer still would be if it was just a bunch of swords on the way in GT.
Mm-hmm. Daaanty,
yeah, the Hammer Cold going really well.
Yeah, has to get a little bit too close to comfort to the guys here. Decides to switch it up to spins just to make sure. Only one of the puffs left, and we got it.
Hey, well done.
Grabbing a heart container and another crystal. There we go.
Yeah, slowly evening this one back out. We've got that blind fight left for Daaanty. Having dipped earlier, he'll probably rope that in with the Skullwoods clear.
I would assume so, yeah.
Yeah, and then he's got to get over to finish Desert once he finds out where his boots are, which of course are in the Dark Cross.
That could really be the big hitch in Dante's play there. It's all going to depend on when he decides to go back to that escape sequence and grab his boots out of the dark sewers.
Yeah, in the meantime, SirLinkalot in Skullwoods going to be wanting that crystal. We'll see what the other item is. Hey, I guess actually quickest of all would be just another sword, huh?
Yeah, I would assume so. Looks like Daaanty going up to Death Mountain.
Oh, man.
Have we even been to Death Mountain at all?
No, not at all.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, the late lantern, and I mean sequence broken even, and no sight of flute. There's powder.
There's powder.
There's your lamp, basically. Oh, wow.
There is your lamp. So you need to grab Fire Rod to get your powder to get your lamp?
Yeah, and flips were Stumpy? Yeah, Stumpy.
Yeah, Stumpy.
All right, so that's not too crazy.
Not too awful, yeah, I agree. Still kind of a weird sequence that we got going on there.
Yeah.
All right, Death Mountain. We're going to have a lot of checks here. The old man, what's with all the people giving us bombs? Like every NPC has been handing out bombs. Here, please take these explosives.
Yeah. It's dramatic or something. Linkalot nearly do his Mothula fight. Gonna grab that key. You know, and I can only wonder what is up here on the mountain, because we're not likely to see much of that from Linkalot here.
I'm honestly expecting a sword to be up here.
Yeah, it kind of feels like it has to be. And there's something pointy, but just a single arrow in Spectacle Rock.
Yeah.
And this is not necessarily a trivial moth fight here.
No, he's making good use of the hammer so far.
Yeah, decent heart and mail, and yeah, really just A+ positioning for the most part.
Oh,
Does
boy.
get in for a couple of hugs.
Hug the
Almost
moth.
a double on the spin. And there it goes.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
And it's a compass. All right, that's our second 5/6 crystal.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to see where SirLinkalot is gonna head to next.
Yeah, he's got the rest of the front of this dungeon. I can't imagine he leaves it behind. And he will get the mitts, which if he's feeling especially urgent or in a rush, he'll get right in Ice Palace with that.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Meanwhile, in Paradox Cave.
Mm-hmm. We find a red boomerang. Boo.
Yeah.
All right, killing some more mini Moldorms and
20 rupees?
yep,
50
rupees.
For a total of 70.
Oh, math on stream, you're crazy.
Whoa.
More bombs.
Yeah. For a total of 6 million.
Did you count all those individually? All right, are we seeing the bomb jump? I guess not.
Nah, he's just going to drop in, it looks like.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, now SirLinkalot finally going to grab his mitts.
Yeah. He's going to be feeling pretty good about that, I think. I mean, maybe it feels like they're a little late, but if he's looking at what his crystals were, I mean, only kept him out of the one.
Yeah, really not too big of a deal.
Yeah, and that's, apart from that sword, you know, he might begin to play as if he's kind of in go mode.
Mm-hmm. All right, he saved and quit and is starting at Link's house. I'm curious to see where he's going. I think this is going to be a Pyramid Fairy check.
Yeah, it could be.
Or he might be going to Ice Palace, one of the two.
Yeah. Easy enough spot to drop in here. There's the flute.
Oh, and there's the
another
Master
sword.
Sword. That's much better.
All right, and that's out of Super Bunny Cave.
Yep. I was going to say that flute, you know, usually you'd be happy about it, but since Misery Miser pendant,
Yeah.
you definitely don't want to go there.
Yeah, hopefully Daaanty doesn't get too many ideas.
I think with the Master Sword in hand now, he should be pretty alright. I mean, we are still looking for those boots for him, so I hope he doesn't clear all the dungeons before he goes where he actually needs to go.
Yeah, and I missed that TR entry, but our tracker's on top of it with the Ether Medallion indication.
Yep, and we have found that already, at least on Daanty's side.
Indeed.
All right, we're
That
getting
was our mushroom trade-in item.
And we're getting a hookshot cave check. We already know it's probably not going to have anything too great, except for more bombs.
Yeah. And the other sword.
Well, all right.
Well, one more at large, but
Nobody's going to complain about that.
yeah. I was going to say the best other thing you could find here would maybe be the silvers, depending on...
And you know what? Now I
Anything else?
can't even be mad about that red boomerang anymore. We're all in red. We got a red sword, we got a red tunic, and we got a red boomerang.
There we go.
All right, SirLinkalot making his way through Ice Palace. That's going to be his last crystal, isn't it?
It sure will be.
Oh man.
He'll be looking for a sword. We know where there's a couple.
Mm-hmm. We've seen two more swords. One more at large. Not sure if he wants to gamble on that one being in GT.
Yeah. And depending on how he's feeling on the way up, you know, probably stops in Hookshot Cave anyway.
Mhm.
It is going to end up all right for it, I guess.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's the silver arrows on Ether.
Oh, wow.
So, we've got quite a bunch of good things going on
Yeah,
the
that's
tablets.
that's a thing I don't think Linkalot's likely to pick up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he'll actually probably get Super Bunny and Hookshot Cave on the way to the tower. And should end up with Tempered.
Yeah.
Makes that probably silverless Ganon a bit easier.
Yeah. All right, Tower of Hera. That's the first pendant dungeon that Daaanty is checking out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we know he's not going to find what he needs in here. So all we can hope for him is that he finds the two items that are in here very quickly and nopes right back out of there.
Oh, it's a star tile.
Oh, man.
You know, takes out a
Nice.
couple of, totally intentional, 100%.
Those beetles deserved it. And here's that staircase and ice palace we were talking about earlier, but with boots, not really a big deal.
Yeah, not too spooky. That convenient big key.
Mm-hmm. All right, $50 here in the first upstairs chest in Tower of Hera, so one more item at large.
Going for the bomb jump.
Very nicely done. And
I
there's
guess
the
without the
second
boots,
item,
yeah.
and we're immediately out.
Yeah, and no reason to think you need this pendant.
All right, that was good. Didn't cost him too much time. He can start right back up at Old Man if he so chooses, but he's starting out at Sanctuary. Where are we going?
Let's see, he's gonna mirror to the front. That's that speed strat.
Yep, very nice. All right, where are we going? We're going over to the left, which means I have no idea.
Yeah, you know, I'm a bit curious.
I'm assuming he's going to use the warp at
Maybe
Kakariko.
wants to go finish blind?
Oh, yeah, and probably Skullwoods as well, I
Yeah.
would assume.
Right, yeah.
Probably hoping to either find the
Oh,
boots
and activate his flute, of course.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing he found.
You know, I think I'm on record earlier saying that's the first thing you do in case you forget. And at the very least, it's the first thing I do because here I've forgotten.
Yep. Most certainly. Probably because we really want to avoid that flute with Misery Mire being that pendant. I hope, you know, activating the flute doesn't mean he's immediately going to flute over to 6.
Yeah.
Check that out.
At this point, he's got most of the rest of the good things he could find.
Mm-hmm. He does know that despite still needing to kill blind, Thiefstone doesn't have another item for him.
Right.
And he already grabbed the mitts from, well, I kind of feel like I jinxed that, but here we go.
Yeah.
We are going to at least check out what's in the Misery Mire area. I'm not sure if we're actually going in, but...
Yeah. If you're rooting for Daaanty, you want Quake to open, but it is Ether.
Yikes. So both of our pendant dungeons requiring, or both of the medallion required dungeons requiring Ether. Which, you know, in any other seed you'd be like, yay, that's pretty good. We already found that. But
right, but
in
you don't
this
want to be
one-
in either of those dungeons right now.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're
Yeah, and
going.
actually, SirLinkalot, notably being rather diligent about clearing out Ice Palace, really wants that sword. Really
Mhm.
doesn't want to have to risk GT without it. And probably even, you know, it's a nice thing to have going into the Cold Star fight. Even.
Absolutely, yeah. Fighting Cold Stare with a fighter sword is a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah.
We will most likely see him pull out the hammer as well, even though, you know, that's not a whole lot safer.
Indeed.
All right, and it looks like we are indeed going back to the Misery Mire area. Probably going to open that right up unless we're, for some reason, mirroring back to Desert, which would be very surprising.
Yeah, having been in there before.
Yep, we're opening it up. That's a bit of a bummer.
Yeah, that's going to spell a problem here for Daaanty.
Yeah, we'll have to see if, yeah. The problem is, Misery Mire also only has 2 items, 3 items, 2 items, 2
Two.
items. And, you know, it's not a huge deal, but the problem is getting in here, and then the first room, especially after this one, it takes quite a while to get through everything.
Yeah, before you start scoring chests, let alone items, you've done quite a bit of work.
Yeah, so Tower of Hera, you know, wasn't a huge time loss. We found the 2 items right next to each other on the first floor. Not a big deal, or on the second floor, I guess.
Yeah.
But this one here, you know, you see all those whiz ropes and stuff going on before you can even enter the dungeon proper. And then you got to get to the chests and probably find a couple of keys along the way. Oh, SirLinkalot needs to be careful.
Yeah.
Despite that red
getting
mail, these
dicey.
posts still hurt.
Yeah, not to mention the ice blocks can just sort of
Oh boy.
see where you're about to go, it seems like.
Oh man. And now he's getting haunted by them.
Yeah. And slowly but surely, and baiting out each block, making sure he gets far enough out of range that it doesn't quite matter the left or the right of it.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah, some fancy footwork here.
Okay,
Ooh.
there's one down.
Oh, I thought he had the double on the end of that. Up.
Yeah.
Still some more HP to be taken down. Big key over on the Meyer side. And he's working on, ooh, a little bit of air
boy.
conditioning.
All right, there we go.
Nicely
Phew.
done. What a clutch fight.
That was really clutch, but very nicely done.
Yeah. rewarded with, well, it looks like you need some hearts. Here you go.
All right, here we go. That's the last crystal for SirLinkalot. So really, all we're doing now is going back up Death Mountain, or in his case, going up to Death Mountain for the first time ever.
Yeah.
And
how about that? Your 113 Death Mountain climb.
That's pretty good. I agree.
Yeah.
Gonna open up that Ganon's tower and just we're only really looking for one thing in there.
Yeah. Well, he'll find the other thing he's looking for on the way, most likely.
Most likely, yeah.
But if you're the guessing type, 22 places where that Ganon's tower big key can be. And you can throw it in the chat or shout them out loud. But we're base it off of Linkalot's routing and see where it ends up.
11. Okay, I've heard some 11 from the crowd. I can get down with that. 22. I don't like you, sir.
Yeah. I want that number 1 torch again from the seed earlier.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Just make those boots worth even more.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting there. Oh, SirLinkalot finally turning his mushroom, and he's going to be grabbing his ether medallion.
What the situation might be the sword, right? At least in his mind, and also the potion stop. So, yeah. Which I guess all in all, you know, he's only on his first row of hearts still. Daaanty just barely in.
I'm curious to see where Daaanty is going. Is he grabbing up the ice rod from the tablet and then going back into Turtle Rock? Because, ouch.
Yeah, that's gonna be bad news.
Oh, that's no good.
Yeah, I mean, considering the play, you want to have the ice rod before you go up if you're thinking Turtle Rock.
Obviously.
But we just happen to know that he's not gonna find anything of particular value while he's there.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate.
Yeah.
And we're seeing SirLinkalot looking for that sword that he needs.
Yeah, taking care of a few one-offs before he just dives up the mountain. And without the flute, you know, he's at the potion shop and would be coming over this way anyway.
Exactly.
So, you know, may as well tie it in.
Yeah. All right, Daaanty back up on Death Mountain. He is going to head into Turtle Rock, unfortunately, while SirLinkalot is making his way up to Death Mountain as well. And as you were saying, I wouldn't be surprised if he's just going to check out the Hookshot Cave at the very least on his way up there.
Yeah, 4 items in there, pretty easy to get.
All right, making our way through the old man cave, rescuing the guy.
Yeah, he gets this check for free. You literally can't get out of it when you climb the mountain.
Yeah, can't
he
get rid
asks
of that.
You, but I mean, there's no yes, no.
Grabbing those bombs.
It was just a heart on that mountain island.
Okay, he's grabbing, he's getting out his hookshot, so I think we're pretty good on SirLinkalot's side. He's going to hookshot over to the right side, check out the Paradox Cave, make his way upstairs.
Oh, yeah, true. With his first trip up here, he's got Paradox as well, with a ton of items in it. But in this case, not the sword he's looking for.
No, unfortunately not.
Wow, just enough magic over on Daanty's side to bust into Turtle Rock. Luckily, well, in a certain way, luckily a full decanter so he can lay down the Samaria block.
Yep. All right, looks like SirLinkalot deciding to go... Oh, okay, that's what we're doing.
Ah, yeah.
Grabbing all these fancy items out of Paradox Cave. As you were saying earlier, we know that the sword isn't in here, but he's very, very close. Gonna give another big old boo to the red boomerang. Alright, more mold orms to kill. The miniature version, at least.
And just one more big one. Waiting for us near the very end of the run.
Alright, Daaanty making his way through the roller room here in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, and I think it is a meme that boots are on Laser Bridge, but unfortunately this time just a meme.
No truth to that, very unfortunately for Daaanty.
Yeah, it's going to take the, well, with the mirror out, was that the intentional? I guess he's going to be real close to the magic refill anyway.
Yeah, I think he just wanted some hearts refilled.
Yeah, can't blame him. Yeah, and I think at this point, yeah, basically Daanty's going to end up full clearing this.
Yeah, I would be surprised.
That's just a shame.
And as we can see, Super Bunny Cave with the flute just happening, I'm sure. And there's the sword SirLinkalot finally in his go mode.
Yeah.
And I mean, a 1 hour, 19-minute go mode, that's still really, really good.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Especially the potential when you're looking for the sword is pretty great that it your search for that last item is pretty long somehow.
Yeah, and keep a close eye on SirLinkalot's face. I'm pretty sure you're at least going to see a little bit of a smirk once he picks up that tempered sword out of here. Been looking for swords for so long, and now you grab two of them right next to each other. No, he just doesn't care. Okay.
Just checking it off.
He's like, yeah,
yep.
sure,
let's
check
get
mark.
Let's get down to business.
Yep, dude. Rando playing a serious business. I'm not taking this seriously enough.
Yeah. Well, that chance at the cash prize.
Right, here we go, opening up GT. Not gonna be too long anymore until we're done with this.
Now he's all stocked on potions. And just needs to track down a key.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll start with the right side. Pretty reasonable move. Practically just walk down.
Mm-hmm.
And 21 rupees. So back to the start and off to the left.
Off to the left we go.
Compass on the torch is gonna be left. And on we go. Now we'll see there's not a lot of opportunity to pick up more small keys, but there is some merit to the idea that if you end up with a bunch of them out of chests here, you run back to the right side.
Mm-hmm. And, I mean, we're definitely ending up with a bunch of those.
Yeah. There they are. That's, I believe, the requisite number for some folks to make that gamble, but Link likes his odds here on the left side.
Yeah. I can totally see that. You know, once you start going left, you might as well just stick with it.
Yeah.
If it's on the right side, you're gonna have to go back one way or
Oh, and there it is.
Well, there we go.
All right, so that was what, a whole 8?
8.
So if you guessed 8, congrats. I'm not sure what you win yet. But out of the Mimic Caves coming the shovel for Daaanty is gonna be another thing for him to check off while he's on his search for the boots.
Oh no.
Yeah. Thankfully, not too long of a check, but still, it's just not the right one. He's got to get down to Dark Cross.
Yeah, things are just kind of leading him in the wrong way, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We'll have to see how long it takes SirLinkalot to get through this and kill Ganon. Maybe he can save Daaanty some wasted time.
Yeah. You know, I guess what it really comes down to, perhaps, is the powder in the back of Skull Woods.
Yes.
Which would lead, if he was going to follow the trail, to his lamp, which might give him an inkling, all right, see in the dark and get out to that Dark Cross. But for now, Turtle Rock is the thing.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Daaanty just straight up forgot about it at this point.
Yeah, maybe. But the climb continues for SirLinkalot. Gonna get down this Ganon Ball run.
All right, we're going for a little ride in the dark here on
yeah, for
Daanty's side.
Daaanty. Yeah, speaking of Lantern.
All right, looks like he made it through all right.
Yeah, likewise. Gauntlet starting out just fine for SirLinkalot.
Mm-hmm.
And able to avoid the wrath of the Beamos, at least while he's getting those kills. And that's kind of the important part. You start to expect those slashes to hit, and all of a sudden you're on the other side of the room. Like that. But not too much of a setback as it goes.
And here we see Daaanty figuring out the laser skips. Not the easiest thing to do. Especially without boots, without the laser shield, you know.
Yeah.
You just gotta time it exactly right. Alright, the item spots are running out for Daaanty. I'm pretty sure he has an idea that he's wrong in this place, looking for his boots.
Yeah, but I guess he must have found both the map and the compass a little hazy on it, and so he's thinking Trinex.
Well, plus, it could be on Sahasrara since
Oh, right,
is
green pendant.
Trinex is the
Yeah.
green pendant, so...
And that has been a bit of a hot item from what I understand in the tournament so far, so... Probably thinking a bit meta there. Also, the fact that you've already come all this way, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I might as well get it out of the way now. Oh, SirLinkalot barely missing that wizard up there.
Yeah. But will not be fooled twice.
Alright, here we go. Daaanty fighting Trinex. At least he managed to get the tempered sword by now. Imagine fighting that guy with a hammer or a fighter sword.
Right, yeah.
Alright, gets the first phase down, all the shell explodes in all kinds of pieces, and we're gonna be left with a... I don't even know, is that a snake?
Yeah, I think we all just call it a snake.
Alright.
I don't think that's what turtles normally look like on the inside anyway.
I would hope not, that would be weird.
That's a little bit terrifying.
The meats that have like little people in there sticking out legs on each hole, just operating them all individually. It's like a Voltron of animals operating one turtle shell.
We're going to say that's exactly
how it's going to go, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, can't go wrong with German zoology, I guess.
And I guess Linkalot at this point, maybe just hoping for silvers or half magic. Just to speed the fight along, coming up with Ganon. For now, has to worry about the last of those giant mold arms. Oh, and keeps it on. Very nice. I think of all the times to fall during the explosion has to be the worst.
Yeah, never feels good.
Or if I guess maybe if you just walked off trying to hook the chest, but
oh, man.
That's definitely never happened to anybody.
Nope. Don't know anyone that could have ever happened to.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. Almost up to Aga 2 for SirLinkalot.
Yeah, the boots make that particular room much, much easier as well. Yeah, so we're going to get that green pendant turned in now, and we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it really can't be that great.
I was going to say, we've pretty much seen all the progression. The only thing that would have been, I guess, interesting might have been Quake, but it wouldn't have done anything.
Alright, Daaanty, where are you going? We're fluting somewhere.
Hey,
Fluting over to...
get into the village.
I assume he wants to finish up Skull Woods, maybe?
Yeah,
And
I think
then
that's going
check
to be
out
the
the
play.
Pyramid Fairy, probably. Oh, almost.
Just missing on that one.
Alright.
Down goes Aga 2.
Nice double there to end it all.
A little bit of hookshot music for you on Link's side. You got to do something while you're waiting for this.
Yeah, agreed. And here comes the duck taking us away to the pyramid.
Indeed.
Alrighty then, off we go into our first Ganon fight. We are going to have a silverless fight, but with a tempered sword, it's not nearly as annoying as it can be.
Yeah, mostly just going to be managing the knockback, making sure you get the timing right. But the first part, just making sure you hit, don't get hit.
Just
He is
hit the
packed
guy a
with
lot.
potions, but, you know, hopefully able to finish with them.
Alright, phase 2 started.
Very nice. Good use of hookshot.
Yep, hookshot.
It takes a little bit on the way out on that one, but that's all right. Dancing around. I did get hit that second time.
Oh,
Yeah.
doesn't quite
Oh.
manage.
Now we're 1 hit save, 2 hits is dead. Oh, and the ghost fades out just in time for him to get out of phase 2.
Yeah, very nicely done. And we are in.
And the rest of this is relatively safe as long as you're able to get in on these warps ahead of time.
Alright, not too bad so far concerning the warps. We're gonna have to see if Ganon keeps playing nice. Yeah, so far so good.
Yeah, not bad. Not too far to run.
We fight the arrows in Death Mountain.
And Link's going to be concerned with his torch glitch just to make this Silverless fight a little smoother.
Alright, waiting for Ganon to teleport down, and then...
Oh, and a little early gets the freeze. Not what you want to see. And I don't think he got that one. No sound.
Nope, no sound.
Alright, that's one.
Alright, Daaanty has grabbed his 5/6 Crystal from Skullwood, so we're probably going to see him head over to...
3.
Head over to the Pyramid Fairy, I would assume.
Yeah, he's going to double check Ped.
He's checking the pedestal just to be sure.
And at this point in the race, I guess you can't blame him. It's
yeah,
feeling like a desperate search for those boots.
Just couch cash on the pedestal. Nothing we want, nothing we need. We've definitely
and taking a hit. SirLinkalot. Come down to the wire. He does have those potions. Can't imagine you don't use them. It's just you don't want to waste that sword spin.
Yeah, you just don't want to die here. That's really all that matters.
Oh,
yikes.
Yep. Got a potion.
Alright, Dante's about to pick up his powder. I wonder if that's going to lead him anywhere. I mean, at this point, it probably should.
Yeah, he's nearby at least, and so you hope he thinks of it.
Alright, we're getting some good hits in on SirLinkalot's side. Should be too
nearly
long
finished. And he's got a whole nother potion, so as long as he's responding, there it is.
Alright, almost on the dot, 1 hour and 30 minutes.
And just has to hold still for just a moment.
Yep, just needs to make sure not to jump down that little gap there. And there we go.
Yeah, GG's to SirLinkalot.
Nicely done.
Yeah, great race.
GG to both of these guys. Just a little unfortunate for Daaanty, but we'll talk about that when we got both of these guys over here in just a minute for the interview.
Yeah, I think we get going. Yeah, that was a good one.
I agree, that was a good one.
Yeah. A lot of fun. Huh? Oh, yeah.
Out of 10.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I always kind of feel a bit sad when Dark Cross comes up. But no. That was the other clutch moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Cold Stare fight.
That was so
yeah.
close.
What?
I'm a pretty princess. We were going for a food run and I found it in his car, so I figured, you know, I'm a princess, so I might as well put it on. Yeah, it does, right? Yeah. I didn't want to break it.
I was going to say, I think we are. On a Windows PC, bottom right corner, we'll do the desktop preview. I think that's what it was. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I mean, I'd like to. It was a pretty big race. They were pretty excited about it. I think everybody else was too. Pretty good finish. I mean, well, you know. Yeah. Interview? Yeah. No time for interview, or I don't know. Nobody really mentioned anything. I think the mic's still hot, so go on down. 'Cause that was a heck of a race. And Herfy at least wants to have a word with you, mister. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, I do need to have a word with you, but probably not for the reasons that you're thinking. I do have to ask you from the bottom of my heart, how can you be so heartless and leave that beautiful blue boomerang behind in the water for the whole seed, and then pick up the red boomerang and even have the audacity to use it?
Well, here's my take on that. I really was missing that boomerang during Argus. Because I was like, oh my god, this menu is absolute trash.
Yes, exactly.
And I was like, I don't need the blue boomerang. Yeah. And as I walked away from it, I thought, I might need that. Mm-hmm. But,
yeah,
oh well.
It happens.
Yeah.
That's exactly why I picked it up. I'm just like, if I have to do Swamp with no swords right now, that's how it's looking.
Yeah.
It's like good menu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Speaking of no swords, how pretty big sigh of relief between Super Bunny and Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, so it's just like, I'm just like, okay, it's like if I'll check pretty much everything on the way. It's like, if not, time to full clear GT is like, I hope the sword's not independent at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing I wanted to ask you about, well, one, thought it was a pretty nice bit of routing the way you got up through Pyramid into Escape, then up through Catfish and Sora. Really nice use of the mirror and everything. But you ended up doing the fake powder at Bat. Got your lamp. Maybe a bit of an honest question, but how comfortable are you getting in and like through pod with just that fire rod?
I'm fine with just the fire rod. That was more. I still didn't have a sword at that point.
Right.
Either,
Yeah.
So it's like would have been going through dark maze.
Getting the lantern off a bat, I think you're thinking dark rooms and everything else.
Yeah. At that point, I was more worried. Once I had fire rod, I was like, I just want a sword. So that way, dark rooms. I'm like,
that makes sense. It was definitely a very exciting race. We had a bunch of very clutch moments. One that comes to mind immediately is your cold stare fight.
Yeah.
That was
down
like
to the heart.
Yeah, it was just
a perfectly fine dodge. Your first try at blind was also. I mean, it didn't work out unfortunately, but it was amazing. You got some real nice tricks in there.
Pause buffer.
It was just one of those things where it's like when I paused, I saw that fireball, and I'm like, I can't dodge that one. So we're done.
Yeah. There's just nothing to do. I agree. Yeah.
And then of course the other clutch moment, and I think you two were talking about this, your trip into Dark Cross, which ended up being the decisive location with those boots, and getting in there, hooking in with just that half a heart left.
Yep.
Yeah.
So well executed, a couple of nervous moments, and got enough done.
Yeah, it was when I mirrored, I was like, do I just want to? I was considering just not going to Dark Cross with no sword. I'm just like, I've got blue mail and enough hearts. Hopefully the ropes don't completely destroy me, and then they did.
They sure did. Yeah.
Not completely, and that's what counts.
So Daaanty, you obviously, unfortunately, left the boots behind in Dark Cross.
I did.
Was that a conscious decision, or were you?
Well,
did you want to go back at some point?
The seed I played before this was bootsless for forever, and I just thought, there's no way I'm going to miss out on boots again. So there was just so much progression early on. It was, I started going into dungeons, and then once that Thieves Town death happened, I started kind of, calling audibles and changing my strats. But obviously I made the wrong choices. So
I mean, not necessarily the wrong choices. As you were saying, it started out really nicely for both of you. You probably had the lead at the beginning for a little bit because wherever you went, all the progression was just like, yeah, sure, have this, have this. You want a cane of Samaria? Sure. You want this? Okay, that's fine.
Jumping on the Dark World access early.
Yeah.
You had it so early,
that
too.
was so
It seemed
quick.
to be paying off over
as soon as I get that, I like to just go ahead and dive deeper. Especially, I think I got mirror right after that, so I was like, this was the right call.
So it's just that boom into dark.
Because you could just route so much in that way, but
absolutely.
I always hate not having the boots, man. It's just
yeah, I was saying, it's just apart from actually needing them to finish the seed, it just makes playing it more fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So everyone wants those boots.
Yeah.
But still, it was a great game. It was
Absolutely
a great watch.
well
You guys kept it real close for the most part. Unfortunate for you, you're sadly knocked out as far as I'm aware now.
Yeah.
Because you guys were playing for who gets to actually play in that play-in race that we're going to have tonight at like 9:30ish, I think. So
congrats to Sir Link.
Of course, yeah.
For that, yeah.
Congrats and good luck in that play-in race.
Thank you.
Hope you can continue your streak.
I hope so too.
Awesome.
Any other final thoughts?
Thank you guys for
and thank you.
this.
Anytime.
Thank you so much.
It was a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah. To our volunteers keeping everything together and running smoothly.
For sure.
We really appreciate all that. And this
chat
event's been great.
Yeah.
Of course, Chad. Yeah, gotta thank Chad.
And all these beautiful people.
Yeah, everyone in the crowd,
this
of
is a
course,
live
too.
event after all.
There's a lot of people here. A couple of them already left, so we're all good to go.
Yeah, and stick around. We got another one of these Link to the Past randomizer races coming right up for you. A pretty big one in terms of the group. I believe it's undefeated Korek and Thalane.
Yeah, looks like they're setting up here, so stick around for that. That's going to be a real good one.
Yeah, and with that, I've been Epibliticus.
And I've been Herfy Durfy. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.
Bye, everybody.